Hello and welcome to somehow yet another TBR. I don't know where the months are going, but they're going too fast. Way too fast. This is nuts. But the start of the month does mean a whole new round of books to get through, and I'm very hyped for the stack that I have. I've got a bunch of ones that should be fantastic, so let's get right into them. I'll start with the book clubs and challenges. So the buzzword challenge this month has to do with memory words, and I have two options that I haven't chosen between yet. So I'm thinking either the Memory Librarian or Murder by Memory. I'm thinking it'll probably be the Memory Librarian because I've had that on my TBR for so long, and I have no clue why it has not been picked up yet. So I should rectify that and finally read this book. And then the buzzword covers challenge is celestial, so I think I'm going to go with Daughter of the Moon Goddess. Again, been on my TBR for a hot minute. I do have a couple of other options that I could go with, but I think this is the one that's calling to me, so it'll probably be this one. For the in-person book club that I'm part of, the book that was voted on for this month is Every Heart a Doorway by McGuire. This is my favorite series in the whole world, and I think this will be my fifth time reading this book, I want to say. Something like that. I adore the series. It is my whole heart and soul, and I can't wait to read it for book club and get to talk about it with a bunch of cool people. That'll be really fun, and just always happy to get to reread it as well. And then Goodreads does those like quarterly challenges that I do like doing. They're just kind of fun. I love a good little challenge. So I have a few challenges left that have to be read by the end of June, so I'm going to try and get those done. For the Central Reads challenge, I have a few options, but I think I'm gonna go with The Martian or The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. Can't decide which one. I love both of those authors and I really want to read both of them, but maybe I'll do both. Who knows? We'll find out. For the heritage reads, I've got a fat stack of books that I could possibly, I don't know how much of that you can see, but like this whole little paragraph right there are just options that I have for this prompt. And all of these were just ones that were part of that list that were already on my TBR, and I have to somehow pick just one of them. So the several that I might pick for this challenge are Hammajang Luck, Brighter Than Scale, Swifter Than Flame, Ocean's Godori. I've been trying to read for a while and just haven't gotten around to it, so it might be that one. Road to Ruin, also started reading it a while ago but wasn't in the mood for it, but I do think that I'm going to love it, so that one could be a strong contender. Or Dragonfruit. I'm obsessed with this cover and I think I'm going to love this one. So I don't know which one of those I'm gonna pick or any of the other ones on this huge list that I have, but any of them could be options, so we'll see what I end up choosing from there. And then finally the Armchair Explorer prompt. Again, several options and I don't know what to pick, but I'm thinking I'll probably do Voyage of the Damned or The River Has Roots. I have that book but I forgot to grab it. There's so many options. I want to read all of them. Either way, I'll pick one of those for that challenge and the rest I'll get to eventually. For some content that I have planned, I started a series on my channel last month called Page to Screen where I read a book and then watch the movie or TV show adaptation afterwards. So in May, I read and watched The Watchers. I'll leave a link to that video if you want to check that out. And for June, I have a couple that I want to get to. The first one is Basement of Bohemia. This is actually what inspired this series. I watched the movie for this book sometime last year, I think, and fell in love with it. It's one of my all-time favorite movies, and I really wanted to read the book, and that's where I thought of doing this little series. And I finally found the book at my local library, so I'm going to read the book and rewatch the movie. And then also Annihilation by VanderMeer. Same thing, I have already seen this movie and that's what prompted me to want to read the book and also dive into all of his work, because if his books are anything like the movie, it's going to be phenomenal. So hopefully I will love this as much as I did the movie. I've also been working on a little vlog project. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but the book that I'm going to be reading for it is A Dark and Hollow Star by Shuttleworth. It's been on my TBR again for a hot minute, as so many of these books have been. I've been needing a reason to read this book, so I'm now just doing a vlog project kind of centered around it, just so I have a reason to finally read it. I'm gonna try and find a couple of other options for that vlog project, but I'm not sure what yet, so it'll be a surprise to all of us. And then for Backlist Bash for June, I have a bunch of options. I think I have 13 books still left that were added to my TBR in 2020, so it gives me a good few options. And the ones that I'm thinking I'm feeling are The Bright and Breaking Sea by Chloe Neal. I kind of forgot about this book, and I just reread the synopsis a few days ago, and I'm all of a sudden really in the mood for it, so that'll probably be my first read for Backlist Bash. Same with The Beast Player by Nahoko Uehashi. It's been on my TBR for 5 entire years, but I forgot what it was about until I reread the synopsis the other day, and now I really want to read it. I might also do Phoenix Extravagant by Yoon-Ha Lee. I've heard amazing things about this one. It sounds so good. Number 4, I might do Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant. I've been really wanting to read more of her books for a very long time and just have not gotten around to it. So hopefully this will be the prompt to finally get to it. And then my 5th one, ooh, I don't know. There's so many good options. Maybe I'll do The Conductors by Nicole Glover. That could be a good option. Or Beetle and the Hollow Bones by Eliza Lane for a nice, like, easier middle grade could be a good option as well. I have too many options, but I'll pick something. Some sequels that I want to get to. We already know what's going to be on this TBR once again. First of all, The Faithless Hawk by Margaret Owen, the second and final book in the Merciful Crows duology. Been on my TBR every month since January, so my bad. Dreams of Gods and Monsters has also been on my TBR. I know at least for May, possibly for April. I kind of forget when I read the second book, but it's been at least a month or two. So I do want to get to that one. I did have it out from the library briefly. I was going to start it. I actually did start it. I think I listened to it for like 5 minutes and just wasn't in the mood for it, so I put it down. But I want to get to this one and finish out this series. And then Vengeful by V.E. Schwab. I read Vicious for Backless Bash in... was it March, I want to say? Probably around then. I do really want to read this book. I loved Vicious. It was fantastic. So I know that I'm going to love this book. I just keep not making time for it, and I'm really sad about that. But this month will hopefully be the month. Also by V.E. Schwab is The Unbound. It's the sequel to The Archived. That one I read, was that this month or last month? I have no idea. I read it recently, and I would like to get to the sequel before I forget details from The Archived. While I did like that book, I don't think it'll stick with me for a very long time, so I'm worried about forgetting details about it, so I should really get to the sequel soon. So hopefully this month that'll happen. Same with Realm of Ash by Tasha Suri. This is the sequel to Empire of Sand, which I also read for Backless Bash. I liked that book a lot. I think I gave it 4 stars, but similarly, I don't think it'll stick with me for a long time, so I really want to read the sequel before I forget everything about the first book. So fingers crossed that'll actually happen in June. We'll see. And then aside from that, that's a pretty hefty stack of things to get through, so I probably have more than enough to carry me through the entire month. But June is also Pride Month, so I of course want to read a bunch of queer books as well. The majority of the books that I read are queer anyway, so it's not exactly going to be a challenge. But I do want to make it a point to read some nonfiction as well. I'm not sure which ones yet, but I will find something or other. But yeah, I think that should do it. That is plenty. So I'm gonna stop there before I get carried away. So let me know if you've read any of the books that I've talked about today, or also let me know what you're planning on reading in June. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys later on.